Seja com quem for, a minha vida cantar. Nunca no mesmo lugar. Seja sozinho a dois, o resto eu vejo depois.
Get rich. You don't really want it. You ain't really trying to get rich. Nah, you don't really want it. Now you don't want that late night gas with no break, like crash in the daylight. I see it in your face. You don't want that blood, sweat, tears in a bunk bed. Peers know they upset the Lambo in your gate. Nah, you can't take a loss like that. Off that wasn't really for.
We've got NBA. Basketball in store. Here at Quicken Loans Arena in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. It's the home of the Cavs, live on 2K Sports. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Taking a look at Washington.
Yeah, and as far as the regular season goes, this is as good as it gets. This truly, to me, is the definition of a rivalry. I mean, a game between these two teams has always been special.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen a ton of great games between them in the past. It's hard not to get amped up when they face each other. I've been looking forward to this one for a while.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. The great pair of Wall and Beal are at the guard spots. Robinson is out there with Gortat, and it's Dudley in at the 3 spot. Now here's Durant. 6 to shoot. And Durant gets double teamed. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Robinson. And here's Wall. He kicks it to Gortat. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Whoa, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And so it's the Wizards getting on the board first. And Thompson sends it back. Irving passes to Durant. Throws it up high. And it's George finishing it off.
What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
And that's what makes the alley-oop such a terrific play when you're able to execute it.
Now here's Gortat. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. And Beal kicks to Robinson. Baseline jumper. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss.
and they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Pass to Dudley. From deep. They get it again.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks.
And for Jared Dudley, a bit of a resurgence last season. Found a team he liked playing for, played much closer to his career numbers than the year before with the Clippers.
Yeah, and that's a great point. I mean, he turned back the clock in almost every category. And I think, to your point, a lot of it has to do with...
He has a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
Yeah,
wow.
That could very well be a contender for Dunk of the Year and perhaps might make its way all over the internet.
I tell you what, that is the crowd pleaser of all crowd pleasers.
They grab their own miss. Robinson. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
And Thomas Robinson has been on a lot of teams here in his short time in the league. Not easy to find a spot when you're always getting moved. And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
And for Robinson, the trade's weigh on him as well. Clarkie said last season that he just wants to prove that he belongs here.
Well, you know, he's yet to find the right fit for a team, but the skill set is clearly there. I mean, he's an NBA player. There's no doubt about that. Looked great for Philadelphia near the end of the year as he got minutes with them.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
What a great nose for the basketball he has, and such a strong finisher as well.
Outside, Wall. And there's the feed to Gortat. Inside, and Beal kicks to Dudley. Stolen by Thompson. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. And he gets it to go. Irving's got his second bucket.
That almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
And especially the fact that it now ties the game. The lead was about to be stretched out, and instead, it's back even.
Beal dishes the Wall. Pass to Robinson. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one hand tomahawk slam?
Gortat with the steal. And here we go. Washington fast break. Dudley with it. Guarded now by Durant. Wall passes to Dudley. Back to Wall. Dudley with a screen for Wall. 6 on the shot clock. Lets it go with a 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Irving kicks to Kanji. And that's a foul called on Bradley Beal. That is his first foul of the game. So timeout called here. The first for Washington. Last season at both sides of the coin for the Wizards started out very hot, but then just could not keep it going.
Well, you know, the start was extremely hot. 19-6, which tied a franchise best, that record. After that, though, they played close to 500 ball the rest of the time.
And the Wizards really struggled post-All-Star break, playing under 500. Still, though, they seem to pull things together at the very end and on into the postseason.
And the Wizards making a change here. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Gortat. Nixon comes in for Thomas Robinson. Porter's checked in for Jared Dudley. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. And the pass to Porter. From outside the arc. The shot's good. Sessions making him pay. Porter's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, there's no denying it. The Wizards had some bumps, and you mentioned that. Some weeks they looked like a lottery team. Then the next, they looked like a title contender. They knew how to make the most of their games when they did get hot, though.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Verjau's checked in. And a change for the Wizards. Dudley's checked in. Here's Beal. Verjau comes up with the rebound.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
Here's Irving. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
Not one second chance bucket allowed. That is finishing off good defense.
So for the Wizards, their last game a loss to the Grizzlies in Memphis. Hickson a screen. Irving against Sessions. Here's Beal. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And Sessions kicks to Beal. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two. And the thing about Bradley Beal, when he suits up, the entire lineup becomes exponentially more potent. Quick, powerful athlete. Greg, high basketball IQ. You know, had the great teaching at Florida, carries it to the NBA. Opponents have to account for him, I think, on both ends of the floor.
And that's a great point, Kevin. I mean, coming out of college, a lot of people compared him to Ray Allen. I mean, he possesses that next level smoothness and body control that's often indicative of a true difference maker.
Here's Verjau. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Here's Sessions. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Hickson is screen on Irving. It's tipped. Beal dishes to Hickson. Sessions, no good.
And, you know, going back to Bradley Beal, the bottom line is he's a winner. Last year, the Wizards went 8-9 with Beal out of the lineup. Hard to argue with those facts and numbers.
Here's Thompson. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That's on Sessions.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spots. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
And when you talk about Bradley Beal, it's not just having him in the lineup that matters. It's having him at his best. When he's at 100% health, there are very few guards in the league who can keep up with him. Truly one of the game's great young talents.
And there's the call on Durant. That's his first foul. Pass to Dudley. Looking for Beal. He gets it there. 4 on the shot clock. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And, Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys. But if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis. And that's 2 fouls for him very early in this ball game. He'll probably have to spend some time on the bench before halftime.
A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Taj Gibson's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Mon Shumpert has come in for Kevin Durant. Allen's checked in for George. And it's Williamson for Kyrie Irving.
Listen, there's no doubt he feels like they should have the lead, but that miss will keep it all tied up. And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Here's Shumpert. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Here's Verajao. Up and in on the layup.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Hickson a screen. Beal the pass to Dudley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Beal kicks to Sessions. Unloads. And there's Beal. That's good on the assist by Sessions. Sessions has got 3 assists now in this one. The dish to Allen. On the wing, Shumpert. Back to Allen. And Gibson, here we go. Williams passes to Allen. Williams' shot is off.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the board.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
And now here comes Williams leading the break. And Shumpert slams it in.
And that's how you take the steal and turn it into a transition opportunity.
I think that's the perfect time to do it, Greg. I mean, those few seconds after the turnover, strike right away because the defense has no chance to get organized. Sessions doing a nice job that time.
Williams dishes to Gibson. It's tipped. Oh, and here comes Sessions all alone. Finished off the break. Now it's a 4-point Washington lead. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Wizards.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Clark, this offense has really been clicking.
No doubt about it, giving the defense all kinds of trouble.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
It's Beal on the wing. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Feeds it to Hickson. Outside for Beal. Nice D from Williams.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Here's Verajao. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And that's a big bonus for him to end the quarter as he just beats the buzzer.
That's superb clock management there, maximizing every second of the clock in that situation. Well done.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Wizards. They lead. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And we welcome you back to start the quarter. Players had a chance to get hydrated with Gatorade. And there's certain to be some great basketball ahead for us. And when you consider how the Wizards are doing, guys, your thoughts?
Well, they've dictated tempo with their defense and been able to force some turnovers.
Yeah, and you know, they've also done a good job, Greg, on their end of the floor by not throwing the ball away.
So this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting the second. Thomas Robinson is out there with Dwayne Dedmon. Then there's Anderson. And it's Wall. And it's Porter at the 3. 6 on the shot clock. And he gets it to go. Durant's got it all tied up now for the Cavs.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Outside, Wall. He dishes it to Robinson. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. The Wizards have hit half their free throws in this one, going 3 of 6 so far.
This season, in general, has not been kind to them at the free throw line. Only about 71%.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
Paul George, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Gortat's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon.
And for Kyrie Irving, it had been a long time coming. Last season, he finally played in his first postseason with the Cavs. And up until the unfortunate injury, he certainly made the most of it.
Cantor with a screen on Porter. Irving with a clean look. The shot's good on the assist by George. That's 10 points for Kyrie Irving. And Wall. Here we go now. Wizards passing it around. There's a screen by Robinson. At the elbow, Gortat. And it's good from the elbow. Gortat's got his second basket of the game. And think again about the playoffs last year, Clark. They weren't all sunshine and roses for Irving. He had to play through a tough leg injury in the conference semifinals, and of course the injury in the finals, the fractured kneecap, and he was gone.
Yeah, that was really painful to watch, seeing him go out for the rest of the playoffs with that fractured kneecap, a freak injury, but he'll grow from it and be better.
To the middle. Here's Henderson, and it's sent back by George. Second chance effort. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Cavaliers.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
And the shot is good.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist number. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
It's Wall with the drive. And Thompson sends it back. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. Oh, goodness. Where did that come from? That was beautiful.
Great hustle to turn the block shot into a fast break hoop. That's a big-time play.
Shot from 12. And Thompson sends it back. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. George with the ball.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Anderson can't get it to go.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Washington calls timeout.
And one thing about Tristan Thompson, he is an absolute terror on the offensive glass. Was top 5 in that category last year, despite playing less than 27 minutes a game. Does a terrific job with anticipation of the carom and uses his gigantic wingspan to just go up and reel it in. Terrific motor and nose for the glass.
So for the Wizards, Gooden comes in for Thomas Robinson, and Dudley subbed in for Otto Porter Jr. Outside, Wall. And Gortat kicks to Gooden. Here's Anderson, and Thompson sends it back. The Cavaliers have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. And he knocks down the first one.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate, Clark.
And, you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games, and then 34-9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
A three from Anderson. Anderson can't get that one to fall.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Irving against Wall. Irving attacking. Durant, the pass to Cantor. Home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to be on John Wall.
Make it two hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And, guys, as he should be. Remove all doubt on that attack.
Wall with another miss.
Boy, they just cannot take the lid off.
Well, they need a basket in the worst possible way. And they've got to stop this run, and the only way you do that, you got to score yourself.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack. And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open three.
Irving attacking. Can't hit. Nice D from Wall.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Looking to get back on track here. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his third rebound tonight.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
It's Wall with the drive. And with that shot, the Cleveland lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Anderson.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
Wall again, Irving. Dishes it to Cantor. Back to Irving. Connects from three-point range. Irving's got 13 points.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Boy, they're knocking down the long-range shots. A lot of those same shots they missed earlier in the first quarter. They still find themselves down here, but they're starting to make some headway into that deficit.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
And, guys, there was a time where people wondered if John Wall could be a team leader. Well, that question has been answered and then some. Unquestioned leader of the Wizards.
For the Cavaliers, Anderson Varejau's checked in for Cantor. Shumpert comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Williams in for Kyrie Irving. Williams dishes to Shumpert. Back to Williams. Thompson outside. Shumpert against Beal. Ripped away. Shoots. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Varejao.
And we've all seen how dominant Bradley Beal can be. The third overall pick in the 2012 draft, who's already had a solid young career, but still plenty of room to grow.
And they're having a lot of trouble at the line today. And unfortunately, it's the kind of day we've seen this team have a lot.
Talking about Bradley Beal's potential, it's not just the shooting, it's also the passing, and you really don't think of him as a passer, but for such a young two-guard, he's extremely unselfish, averaged over 3 assists a game over the past 2 years.
And the true stars of our game feature versatility. And here's a guy that has also tremendous upside as a rebounder. I mean, how about getting 7 boards almost a game the 1 year he was in college? So he understands the importance of impacting other areas. I mean, last season he had his highest steals average of his career, and everything's upside with this young man. The sky's the limit.
Excellent point. And George kicks to Varejao. Nobody near Williams. And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
Boy, that's his second foul, and he does not want to pick up number 3 here. That'll mess your game up for sure.
The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
And we all know about Paul George and his injury while with Team USA. I mean, he has still said that he would consider playing international ball.
Williams again. Sessions. There's a screen by Robinson. Beal gets a wide open look. That ball's great assist by Ramon Sessions. Sessions has got 6 assists now in the game. For George to be eager to go back and represent the U.S. in international play is a brave move.
Yeah, I think, Kevin, a lot of it might be that he just wants to put that in the past and move on. And sometimes you do that best by confronting things head on. The only way to have that be the past is to keep playing for his country.
There's a screen by Robinson. Here's Beal. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Now just a 2-point Cleveland lead. Right side George. It's Verajao, high post. Outside Williams. On the wing, George. He feeds it to Verajao. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Verajao's got 4 points in the quarter.
There's PG creating for a teammate. Terrific dime drop.
And Sessions kicks to Beal. Out of bounds. Wizards ball as Washington keeps possession.
And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Yeah, and that was important. Probably would have been a quick 2 points if he doesn't get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Gibson comes in for Thompson. And Tony Allen subbed in for Paul George.
What a performance from Beal here. He's got 16 points. He's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today. And it's strange to think that early last year, all the talk in the media was about the in-house fighting on the Cavs. It goes to show just how much better things are for a team when they're winning.
Shots good by Williams. Washington calls timeout.
You know, it was a bit of a roller coaster year for Mo Williams. I mean, he had that 50-point breakout game, but then later traded away to the Hornets.
Wizards trail by 5. And Sessions kicks to Robinson.
Who's got ball?
Beal against Allen. To the paint. Here's Dedmon. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. Well, and of course, Mo Williams, Clark, shipped to the Hornets for their playoff push and helped out there.
I thought overall, Kevin, Mo had a really strong year given his age. Probably his most productive season since his early 20s.
Shot clock at 6. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Verajao can't hit.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
Beal's shot is good.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the lead.
And it's slammed in by Verajao.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
There's a screen by Robinson. And Beal kicks to Robinson. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
The Wizards have made 9 free throws in the game, 14 attempts. Despite an overall strong year in 2015 for the Wizards, they were pretty weak at times down the road.
Managed only 17 wins away from home, tied the Pelicans for the fewest road wins for any team that actually made the playoffs last
year. Beal, the pass to Robinson. To the inside. Dedmon uses the glass to finish the layup. Dedmon's got 4 points in the quarter.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
And now Beal pushing it up, and no one back to stop him. Clark, 8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
You know, both teams showing a lot of resilience, I think. Coming back and coming back, back and forth, back and forth.
Reminds me of a song.
Yeah, Kevin, that's Cameo, to be exact. And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
And Sessions kicks to Beal. From the stripe. No good on that last second attempt there. And so it's a close. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Bradley Beal having a dominant impact in this game.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Bradley Beal having a dominant impact in this game.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the truly greats of our game is that sometimes you get spoiled because of how consistent they can be. And so far, another big scoring night for him.
And oftentimes when he puts up that many points in the first half, he follows it up with an even better second half. We'll see if that's the case here.
We've got Durant. Paul George is out there with Irving. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Thompson in a power forward. That's the group starting the second half for David Blatt. Outside, Wall. Down low. Hickson with the bucket. Hickson's got the first points to start out the third quarter for Washington. And Clark, a great competitive game so far.
Yeah, tit for tat. I mean, back and forth, plenty of lead changes, and excellent play.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Wall attacking. No good. Excellent D from Kanter.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds thus far.
And all that hard work on the boards needs to continue because that potentially may swing the game. And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Moving against Wall. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. Hickson with the bucket.
That kind of power move has become a trademark of his.
Irving kicks to George. Down low. It's stolen by Hickson. Wall against Irving. Inside. Hickson. Nice pass. Nice catch and a resounding dunk.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Puts up the baby hook. Excellent D from Cantor.
And guys, the first year for David Blatt, he was second-guessed at every turn. And that happens when you are picked to make the finals, but also when you coach LeBron James.
And for Blatt, Greg, everyone did wonder if he would be the right fit early. As the season wore on and the Cavs got tougher, those questions, Clark, went away.
Yeah, and I think most people forget that he's an iconic coaching legend overseas.
Good point, yeah.
So coaching is coaching. Sure, it's not the NBA, but this guy brought a pedigree and resume that was quite substantial.
Irving kicks to Thompson. Puts up the baby hook. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his 4th assist in this one. All with it. Guarded now by Irving. All with it. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. He got right to the cup using that screen.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
And John Wall, guys, is still one of the most explosive players in the league. His speed makes professional athletes look like they are stuck in mud.
Timeout called, Cleveland. You're talking about Wall's burst. He can go end to end in seconds. Clark, you're amazed. You said he's a blur.
Yeah, rack to rack in a nanosecond is what Wall can do. I mean, his speed is something special.
Robinson's checked in for Washington. Bradley Beal comes in for Anderson. The Cavaliers trail by 3. Irving dishes to Cantor. The kick out to Irving. Here's George. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Been a very solid outing for George. He has 11 points, and he's been delivering a healthy dose of helpers, too.
He really has, Clark. Always with his head up, looking to make the pass, trying to find the open man.
Everyone understands the importance of Paul George to the ball club. That's why taking his offensive game to the next level would be so beneficial.
Yeah, he has all the physical tools, the instincts, and obviously he has made those strides. But if he wants to become a top 5 guy, he's still got a little bit of work to do in terms of his game.
But they'll get another chance. The drive by Thompson. The kick out to Irving. Cantor sets the pick for Irving. Just 5 to shoot. Here's George. Count it, and the foul. That's on Marcin Gortat.
From a man PG, Paul George, so much focus has been on extending his range, but ever since he started launching over 5 3-pointers a game, he shot under 43% from the field. Maybe time for him to balance out that shot selection.
To the middle. Irving with the steal. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Ball passes for Robinson. And here's Dudley for 3. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist.
And guys, talking about Paul George, the continued improvement of his ball handling is key to generating more offense. That was a weakness of his coming out of college. He's worked on it, but making it a strength the way LeBron has would go a long way toward getting him to that next level.
And Wall kicks to Dudley. Stolen by Thompson. Oh, and the jam by Durant.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
Wall again serving. Wall dishes to Dudley. Back to Wall. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Plays it in off the breakaway. Now it's a 4-point Cavalier lead. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
And Cleveland making a change here. Gibson's checked in. Well, nobody really knew, Greg, what to make of Washington going into last year's playoffs. They came out strong with a big sweep against a pretty good Raptors team.
Yeah, how about taking them down 4 straight? And it was the first time a team has swept an opponent without home court advantage since 2011. Also was the first sweep for the Wizards in franchise history.
And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Gortat. Dixon comes in for Thomas Robinson. Otto Porter Jr. He's checked in for Jared Dudley. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. Washington on D. The wide open look for Durant. That 3 off the mark.
And in the second round, the Wizards continued to be a tough opponent. I mean, they went up 2-1 on the Hawks, but were unable to keep the series lead. A lot of close, heartbreaking losses for them in that series.
And Sessions kicks to Porter. 5 on the clock for the lead. Dedmon passes to Porter. There's Beal with the 3. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
Yeah, nothing wrong with fighting for the rebound, but he gets nailed with the over-the-back call.
And, Greg, you know I was an offensive rebounder in my day. And I like that kind of aggressive play. But he's got to do a little better job of trying to get position earlier in that case.
That's a good point. Positioning is so vital when you're trying to rebound the basketball, and that's something that wasn't on display on that possession.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Enes Kanter. Allen comes in for George. And it's Williams in for Kyrie Irving.
And the Hawks would ultimately take down the Wizards last year in the postseason. John Wall and his injury were a big turning point in that matchup. And all those buzzer beaters for both teams made it one of the most interesting series of the postseason.
Sessions dishes to Beal. Stolen by Allen. And now the fast break. Gibson with the ball. Durant kicks to Varejao. Back to Durant. Passes it to Gibson. Cannot hit. And it's Washington the other way. Out to the right wing. Here's Porter. That falls. Great assist by Ramon Sessions. And it's 7 points for Otto Porter Jr. Cleveland leading by 4. Durant, the pass to Williams. Back to Durant. To the paint. It's stolen by Hickson. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clear.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
And just as J.J. Hickson seemed to be finding some rhythm in his career, Clark, last season happened. His production dropped like a rock.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, after 2 straight years where he was starting, last season he was asked to come off the bench. And for J.J. Hickson, that just did not seem to be a good fit.
Wizards trailed by 4. Sessions dishes to Porter. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Taj Gibson picks one up. Otto Porter, hailing from a family of basketball players. His mom, All-State in '85. His 3 uncles won state titles. Deep basketball roots.
And how about the fact several of his cousins also won state championships, although Otto is the only one in the family to reach the NBA.
Verjao with a screen on Sessions. And Gibson wide open. He shoots. The 18-footer is right on the mark.
Wow, beautiful feed from Mo Williams.
And Sessions kicks to Beal. Here's Hickson. From the left block, he sends it through. Hickson's got 12 in the game.
You know, getting back to Otto Porter's basketball family, it really prepped him to compete. Your family is the first place you learn to navigate and win battles in competition. And that goes for sports and life.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around. 11 points in the game.
And talking about Porter, he certainly has worked hard to improve upon his weaknesses. That's a trait that's often instilled in a man at a young age. And he's not an explosive athlete, but his motor and want to compensate for that. And guys, last season was a painful one for Anderson Varejao. He had finally shaken the back injury that sidelined him the year before, signs the multi-year contract extension with the Cavs. Things were starting to look up, but only 3 weeks later, he tears the Achilles and was ruled out for the season. You talk about a tough break. And they've looked terrific in transition today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Well, it certainly has. I mean, they've done a really good job recognizing anytime they've had the numbers advantage, and then they've taken advantage. We've seen it time and time again here.
And the Wizards making a change here. Anderson's checked in. Kicks it to Hickson. 5 to shoot. Releases. No good off the front iron. And adding insult to injury, certainly, Greg, as you were talking about, Varejao played well at the start of last season. Shooting 56% from the field. Clark, I think he was over 70% from the line. Those were career highs.
Yeah, and a terrible blow for Varejao and the Cavs because of that injury, the Achilles tendon. But it led to the deal for Mozgov, and that's worked out quite nicely.
Anderson can't get that one to fall.
They are really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
The defensive backboard has been controlled. They have not allowed a lot of second chances. It's been about one and done for the most part. And I'm not talking about leaving count.
Yeah, I know you're not. That's a bunch of good rebounding taking place there for.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs. Swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way, and that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
Enes Kanter's checked in for Anderson Varejao.
No denying it, injuries were a big part of the storyline in the Cavs postseason. Fortunately, LeBron James was otherworldly after the first round. Took care of the Bulls, then went on to sweep the Hawks to get back to the finals.
And I wouldn't put it past him, guys, to eventually start hitting those, given what he did in the first half.
Hickson a screen. And Sessions kicks to Anderson. The shot's good. Sessions making him pay. Anderson's got 7.
They're not as aggressive from the outside here, but maybe they should think about stretching the defense a little bit, like they did in the first half. I mean, stretching the defense makes it easier to score inside, too.
Irving with the steal. Pull-up jumper.
He hits the shot at the very last second.
Goodness!
Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Cavaliers on top. They're up by 8. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. Wizards trail by 8. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. So the Wizards 5 right now. Wall out there with Allen Anderson. Then it's Robinson. Then there's Jared Dudley. And it's Gortat in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Clock at 6. Offensive rebound. And here's Dudley for 3. Kept alive by Washington. And here's Anderson for 3. Here's Wall. Missed it, even after all those chances. Here's Durant. It's tipped. George against Wall. Wizards passing it around. Takes a 3. Dudley, no luck. The Cavaliers leading by 8. On its way from Irving for 2. Not enough on that one as it misses.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. On defense, Cleveland. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Just 4 to shoot. There's the feed to Robinson. And another miss by Washington. Well, Cleveland shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall?
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
There's a screen by Robinson. Wall passes to Robinson. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Thompson's got 11 rebounds in the game. A nice shot by Irving.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Gortat with a screen on George. And here's Anderson for 3. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 8 rebounds in this game.
You know, they're not totally dominating the glass, but they're definitely doing enough to keep this lead right where it is.
Yeah, but they've separated themselves, Clark, in a number of categories. Rebounds just being one of them.
To the middle. Here's Irving. Soft touch off the glass. Irving's got 25 points.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if we're talking about their offense or their defense. I mean, it's all been good. Take a look at what John Wall's done. 10 points and 8 dimes.
And he's really put together a nice combination of points at the free throw line, but also getting the assist.
Can you say fundamentals clinic, guys?
Timeout called, Cleveland.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, over the break, I listened in on David Blatt's huddle. He said we are this close to finishing them off, but the job is not done yet, and I don't want to see any let-up out there. We'll see how well his point got across, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Tony Allen's checked in for Durant, and Mo Williams subbed in for Irving.
And guys, one thing that was obvious to me, last year the Wizards really matured as a team. I mean, they played as if they expected to win instead of a group kind of coming into their own. I thought they just showed a lot more composure and maturity on the court.
And George drops them both. As you said, the Wizards did look more mature last year on the floor with their play. They made sure to add veterans to achieve that.
And not just any veteran, but a future Hall of Famer in Paul Pierce. I mean, his presence on the team, I think, really is what propelled them to achieve new heights. And it also went beyond just Paul Pierce. That roster had a combined 490 playoff games. And that playoff veteran leadership, I felt, really helped this young core to grow.
Wall dishes to Beal. He kicks it to Gortat. Beal, the pass to Gortat. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. The Cavaliers leading by 12. Williams kicks to George. Pass to Cantor. Outside Williams. 16 feet away. That's good from Cantor on the assist by Williams. And that's 10 points for Enes Kanter. There's a screen by Gortat. And Beal kicks to Robinson. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
Williams against Wall. The pass to George. Launches it. Rebound, Washington. Gortat's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Cantor with a screen on Wall. Allen drives in. And Cantor wide open. He shoots. George with no one around. George missing again. Wizards trail by 12. Pass to Wall. Beal against Williams. Beal dishes to Robinson. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Up high and down hard with the one-hander.
Got a little extra forceful with that one, didn't he? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I think that's going to rouse up his teammates, no doubt.
George passes to Thompson. George against Beal. And then George with the jam. Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays
Man,
up.
you could clock his hang time with an hourglass.
Dudley with a screen on Williams. And Wall kicks to Dudley. Wall with it. And Allen picks him up defensively. Here's Beal. Here's Gortat. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And, Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
And there's the call on Marcin Gortat. That's foul number 2 for him. Irving's checked in for Mo Williams. Irving drives in. Thompson dishes to Cantor. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. The baseline J off the mark. It's Beal on the wing, covered by Irving. And he trims the lead to single digits. And it's 13 points for John Wall.
Worked that one inside nicely.
Wall against Irving. Out to Thompson. Back to Irving. Rebounded by the Wizards.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Wall wide open. Here's Gortat. And that one is stuffed right through.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? maybe, just maybe.
Well, I don't think it would be a bad idea, Kevin. I mean, they could use all the second chance points they can get.
Against the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
Here's Wall. Gortat, the pass to Wall. Shot misses. Great D that time from Irving.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his fourth foul of the contest.
Yeah, man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
And Cleveland making a change here. Durant's checked in.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number one right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Jared Dudley. That'll be his second foul of the game. That free throw good from Thompson.
Some really terrific numbers for Thompson. He's got 13 rebounds, and he's rejected more than his share of shots today.
An interior defense at its best, fellas. That's what we've seen out of him today.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That'll be his second foul of the game. Irving against Wall. Irving kicks to Cantor. Gortat with the steal.
Just waiting for a chance to make a play, and when the pass was made, he's all over it. Just a fantastic steal.
Irving against Dudley. Irving dishes to Durant. Irving passes to Durant. Shot clock at 5. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. We all know about Durant's injury last season. Strange because he was the model of health pretty much before that.
He really was. I mean, just rarely missed extended time. And factoring he, along with Westbrook, two guys who had been really the model of durability. Health is something he nor the fans will ever take for granted again.
On the wing, George. Dudley against Durant. That doesn't go either for Durant. Wizards trailed by 12. On its way from Dudley for 2. The Wizards with another miss.
Well, he's building a house with those bricks. I mean, one reason is he keeps trying to force it up when he's defended well. Move the ball. Share the sugar.
The dish to George. They get it back. Outside for Durant. It's deflected. Beal with the steal. And here's Dudley for 3. It's hauled in by George.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Wall kicks to Beal. 3 on the clock. Robinson a screen on George. Beal can't get it to go. Now Irving. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
Well, you know, it makes a big difference. I mean, you never felt like they had any doubts that they'd come out on top.
And that'll wrap it up, folks.